Hey, I got an old PC and I'm going to be upgrading that. I'm also going to be taking a look at the XT200, so if you're interested, keep on watching. Hey, welcome back to the Fuji Guys channel. I'm Billy. Today we're going to take a look at the XT200, and I'm going to be using this camera to document my new PC build. I bought this computer on Kijiji for about 80 bucks, and I want to upgrade some of its components to see if it's capable of playing some of the more modern games that exist today. So check it out. Alright, the new XT200. I have here with me the Champagne Gold. This camera does come in two other colors. You got the silver, which I think is quite nice, and then you also have a dark silver as well. Compared to the predecessor, the XT100, the camera is a little bit lighter. I believe it's about 80 grams lighter, and the overall build quality I feel is much higher. The textured grip around it is much nicer. And no longer is there sort of an add-on clip-on grip. It's just a dedicated built-on grip now, and it just makes handling this camera so much easier. Now, if you're upgrading from a smartphone and you are trying to take better photos or better videos, this is definitely going to be a big upgrade. The sensor on this camera, of course, is much larger, and one of the benefits of a sensor like this is an APS-C size is you can get that nice shallow depth of field that makes everything look more professional and sometimes more cinematic. In addition to that, of course, you also have this amazing electronic viewfinder. You can use the electronic viewfinder to kind of frame your shots, and it's gonna just allow you to hold the camera a lot more steadier, and it's really high quality organic LED display. Now, one of the impressive features of the XT200, of course, is this new front fully articulating screen. So if you are like me today trying to document a computer build, it's going to make it a lot easier for you to kind of film yourself and kind of frame yourself in the shot. If you're a vlogger, of course, or any content creator, that's going to be a very useful tool. But just for photography as well, you can also use it to shoot in low angles or even at high angles. And if you're used to your smartphone, you'll be happy to know that the responsiveness of this touchscreen is quite good and on par with the top smartphones out in the marketplace. You got touch controls, and it's actually a 16:9 display, so high resolution. It's going to make it a little bit easier for you to kind of frame your shots. Again, you're trying to film content. Alright, so I got my computer built right here. You can see I've taken out the hard drive and have access now to the RAM. The RAM inside there, I'm going to upgrade it from 4 gigs to 8 gigs. I'm going to install an SSD so it boots quicker, and then I'm going to add a graphics card to the PCI slot right here. There's 2 slots, but this is a small form factor case, so it's a little bit small, so there's only certain cards that can fit. I'm using the GTX 1650 low profile. That seems to be the one that gives you the best performance with this system, and it would fit as well, and it doesn't require an external power adapter to run that, which is kind of great. But of course it's quite pricey because I'm sure there's much more faster graphics card out there that will fit a standard case, but this is limited to what I have here. So powering the XT200, of course, is the MPW126S battery. That's going to give you about 450 shots per charge. And on the bottom is your SD slot. It takes ultra high speed 1 cards. On the side of the camera, there are a couple of ports. On one side, you have the micro HDMI ports to output your video to TV, or if you want to record through an external monitor, you can do that. You also have a USB-C connection that allows you to charge the camera, allows you obviously to connect it to your computer. And included in the box is this little L bracket adapter. It's a USB-C to a headphone jack, and it allows you to monitor the audio if you wanted to do video as well. On the opposite end, you got the a microphone jack, and allows you to, of course, improve the audio recording, and we're going to do that today when we're filming. Like any modern device, this camera offers Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. It quickly connects to a free app that you can download from Fujifilm that allows you to transfer images, browse images, and remotely control and see that through the app itself, through a live view. But one of the things I really like if you're doing content creation, of course, is the Bluetooth remote option, which just quickly connects all the time, because like Bluetooth, it pairs and it allows you to start and stop video without having you to get off your chair and trying to go to the camera and push the shutter button to start and stop it. So quite a convenient feature. In addition to that as well, the app just keeps the camera up to date, so it knows when there's new firmware, both for the body and for the lens. So highly recommend you check that app out. But you know, having Bluetooth Wi-Fi is really a big key on this camera. Now, if you're new to photography and you want to step up from your smartphone, the X-T200 makes it quite easy to do so, whether you're doing photos or you're starting to do some content creation and do some high quality video. There's dials on this camera that makes it easy to change different modes. And you have this really simple SR Plus Auto mode, which is a scene recognition auto. And it just makes life easy. It handles all the autofocus and the exposure. So basically it becomes a point and shoot, but with some intelligence behind it to capture your shots. Now, if you're doing videos, there's also a dedicated movie record button on the top of this camera. You can start and stop video at any time you like. So if you're out about, you're taking some photos and you realize, oh, I gotta get that video clip for my vlog, you can quickly do that through that instant record button. Now, as you start to use the camera more, whether you're taking photos and video, you start to understand how to use this camera properly and change the different settings. There's a bunch of function buttons that you can configure out within the back of the camera, as well as in the menus itself, and really make this camera your own. There's also some touch controls that give you access to things like the Q menu, film simulations, and things that just makes life a lot easier. Again, if you're just starting out in photography or even in videography. Speaking of film simulation, this is Fujifilm's unique aspects to this camera and to all Fujifilm cameras. It gives you nice colors out of the camera. So if you're taking photographs, you know, there's not a whole lot of time you have to spend on the computer to make the pictures look better. They come out looking, you know, very good already to begin with a good base. And in the video side of things, this is where it becomes even better, because, you know, not everyone is great at color grading when it comes to video. You just want to have nice skin tones and have, you know, motion-like footage. And this camera is going to offer you that through film simulations, like say Astia or even Classic Chrome, to get you a more classic look in the footage without having to learn and understand things like color grading. So the camera has a lot of great features to play around with, but there's one that in particular that I really like, and it's the light trail effect. It allows you to create these light trails at nighttime, making it super simple without having to know any knowledge of photography. It gives you a quick preview so that you can quickly see as the trails build up, and then when you're happy with the results, you can let go. But also you can use that mode to get really creative and do some interesting things and effects out of that. So if you're like me and want to make a lot of content, this camera of course does have some improved video capabilities. It can capture at 4K up to 30 frames per second. The frame rate is selectable. And then you also have Full HD at 60 frames per second. And if you really want to be creative, you can also get it down to 120 frames per second in Full HD to get slow motion right out of the camera. Now, just because a camera can record 4K doesn't mean that 4K is the same all around. One of the unique aspects of this camera, of course, is that it offers 4K with no crop. So whatever lens you put on it, you can get the full field of view. Now, if you're ready to create content, this camera is going to make it so simple for you. You got the ability to attach a microphone to this. a headphone to this to monitor the audio. And of course you got face and eye detection, and it works both in photos and in video. So again, in continuous as well. So that's gonna make it easier to create content on your own. Now it's always nice to have steady footage, and you could use a tripod or a gimbal, but you know, in a pinch, this camera does have some stabilization built in. It has two options. You got the standard electronic stabilization. You also have this new digital gimbal mode that utilizes both a gyro sensor and combines processing to give you a much more steady shot. Now, if you're using digital stabilization, you can record in 4K. If you're using the digital gimbal mode, it's only gonna work in full HD, but you're gonna get a little bit more steady shots. And again, this is useful when you need it just at a pinch. If you wanna step up the quality of your photos or your footage, you might wanna invest in a prime lens. Fujifilm just launched the XC35mm f2.0. It's quite a fast lens, lightweight, and an inexpensive option to create really nice shallow depth of field. This is gonna be a perfect pairing for the XT200. Hey, is this camera right for you? Let us know in the comment sections below. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. I hope you enjoyed me documenting some of the footage you saw coming from the XC200 of my PC build. Until next time, I'm Billy of the Fuji Guys, and thanks for watching.